Bro, I used to have really toxic friends. They would curse at me, they would swear at me, they would even fight with me and argue with me. They would vape, they would eat junk food, they would play video games all day, watch porn like 4 or 5 times a day. And I am the guy who's on self-improvement, who's meditating, who's journaling, who's working out, reading, doing all these productive things. But my friends, my group of friends, are the exact opposite. They are doing literally the exact opposite of what I was doing. I was improving, going to the gym, reading, meditating, journaling. But I would just go out with my friends, with those low quality friends. And I don't like to use that term, but just for this example, I used to go out with them and I used to hate it. I used to absolutely hate it. I used to feel like I was that loner kid who could relate to absolutely no one. Everyone's laughing, having fun, and I'm just that kid who's sitting alone, who can't relate to anyone. I actually remember one time I went out with those degenerate friends and I just sat like in the bathroom. I just went to the bathroom and looked myself in the mirror and told myself, you're not like them. I just looked myself in the mirror and said, man, you're not like them. And I remember, like, I couldn't relate to anyone. I had that, lonely chapter, and I'm actually still in that lonely chapter. But then what I did was, I told myself, fuck them. I'm not gonna be friends with those guys. I'm way too different than them. So I just slowly, started to not go out with them at all, right? I cut them off completely, right? I didn't, sit with them that much because those are my friends in school. I would handshake, and greet them and all that and smile at them, but I wouldn't get close to them. It was just like, a handshake, hey, how are you doing? And just keep going, sit with anyone else, right? But not those guys. And I just started improving myself and improving my social skills as well with everyone around me. And what's the best thing that happened? The next year, I get moved to a class with new guys in the school who are actually improving themselves. Now, I won't say they're on self-improvement perhaps, but they go to the gym, they take care of their looks, They're way better than the old friends that I had, right? And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're not like the best self-improvement friends who are like us, because me and you, bro, I'm gonna be honest, me and you, we as men who are on self-improvement, we are like the 1% of the world. I'm literally being serious. We are like the 10% or like 1% of the entire world. Like, you would never ever see someone who goes to the gym, who meditates, who journals, who eats clean, who takes care of his sleep, who reads. Like, it's so rare. It's so rare, man. And yeah, I do have good friends right now. Like, they do go to the gym, they take care of their looks and all that. They have good social skills, they don't swear as much. But there's still a bit of Jeffries, honestly. They still play tons of video games. They still, eat junk food. They still, watch porn. Like, it's so rare to find friends who are on self-improvement, and I can completely relate with you. Bro, you cannot relate to anyone. You can't relate to anyone. You feel like you're the only person. You want to have a 10 out of 10 physique. You want to make millions. You want to, attract as many girls as possible, right? You want to have that beautiful, perfect 10 out of 10 future wife. But all the other men around you are unhygienic, video game addicted wall comers, basically. They're just Like you're like, I want to do this big thing. I want to build 10 out of 10 physique. I want to make millions. I want to, be the best version of myself. But all these guys are like, hey, calm down, calm down. Who do you think you are, man? Who do you think you are? Just come play a little bit of video games with us. Come watch a little bit of porn with us. Come, that's a bit extreme, honestly, but come eat some junk food with us. They pull you down like crabs, literally. But you have to tell them no. It's way better, and this is what I learned, bro. Took me years and years to learn. It's way better to be alone than to befriend Jeffries or losers or people who are not on self-improvement. And honestly, bro, I know you can't relate to anyone. Like, you have these very, very high ambitions and you want to be the best version of yourself, which I'm really, really proud of you for. And you can't relate to anyone, like everyone's just a loser around you. But honestly, that is the price of being exceptional. That is being exceptional. Being exceptional in the world, exceptional means you are the exception. You are not like everyone else. This is what Alex Hormozi talks about all the time, is being exceptional. You are not like everyone else. This is what I mean. If you want to be exceptional, which means you want to be the best, right? You want to be just the best version of yourself. You want to be exceptional. But to be exceptional, you have to be first the exception. You have to be that, rare case where people don't understand you, where you have so many awkward conversations, where you can't relate to anyone and it sucks. You feel like you're lonely. You feel like no one can understand you. This is what it takes. You have to go, like, there is literally no one successful that you will ever see who hasn't gone through this lonely chapter. And being exceptional, being the best, literally means you are the exception. You are different than everyone else. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So when you look at yourself that, like, you can't relate to anyone, which I know you feel. You probably feel this. You can't relate to anyone. You just reframe that and tell yourself, you know what? I am exceptional. I am better than all these people. Like, not in an arrogant way, but in a confident way. Like, man, I improve myself, and all these guys, they don't even have the willpower to brush their teeth, and I'm literally improving myself. Reading, going to the gym, meditating, journaling, doing all these productive things. So I am exceptional. Because everyone else is lazy, depressed, broke, unattractive to girls, watch porn, play video games, and absolutely hate their lives. But you are different. You were born for something different. You have this power. I know it for a fact. When you were young, you had this power inside of you, and you had this ambition, this masculine ambition inside of you to be the best, and you will be if you are consistent. You want to be hardworking, you want to have good mental health, you want to have that aesthetic physique, you want to be rich, you want to be very attractive to girls, right? You want to be that masculine man, and by you doing that, you are literally in the top 10% of men. You are literally in the top 10% of men, bro. And you will be in that 1% of men if you are consistent. Let me just explain this for a second. This is how literally the world works. This is especially for men and for women as well, but for men especially, we have this hierarchy of men that we've always had since the beginning of history. These hierarchies are literally older than trees. They're literally millions and millions of years old. They're older than lobsters, and lobsters are 450 million years old. So these are literally like, these dominance hierarchies are proven historically and scientifically, right? So we have this massive, dominance hierarchy. And this is literally what it looks like. This right here is 80% of men. This is 10%. And this is the 1%. These right here are total losers, honestly. These are the losers that you see. You know, they eat junk food, they play video games, they're just the average men, right? You know, you just see them, you just always see them everywhere you go. They vape, probably, they smoke, you know, they watch porn all the time, they do all the bad habits, they have very bad mental health. They're angry, they don't treat people well. That's the 80% of men. So you are literally beating 80% of men by watching these videos and improving yourself. And the top 10% of men, and this is where you are right now, and this is what I call the winners. Right? These are the men, these are me and you. We are in the top 10% of men. You and me, you have good mental health, you have a good body. You don't do most bad habits. You are attractive to girls, right? But the thing is, the price you have to pay to go from the top 10% of men to the top 1%, which is like the alpha category. This is like the Hamzas, the Iman Gadzis, the you know, Andrew Tates, right? This is like the top echelon of men, the alpha males, right? Who have the 10 out of 10 physiques, who make all the money, who are really confident, really masculine, who have literally all the women, right? To get into this place, to get into this alpha category, you have to be in that lonely chapter. To go from the top 10% to the 1%, you have to be in that lonely phase. You have to just leave everyone else and just focus on you. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm in the same place you are. I'm in the 10% as well. I'm not a 1% alpha, I'm just a 10%. This is why I always say we're gonna make it together, because this is a journey me and you are together on. And we will make it. I'm telling you, bro, we're gonna make it to the 1%. But the thing is, the price we have to pay, the money we have to pay, is to go through the lonely chapter. And by Alex Hormozzi's definition, it's the chapter where you don't fit in with your own friends. You're right here. You don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes to fit into a new group of friends. And during this weird sort of stage, right, where you know you're gonna be alpha, you know you're gonna be that top 1% man, but it's just, you know, reality hasn't caught up. It's just you need just a little bit more time. You need to just be in it for a bit longer, right? You just have to keep improving and improving and improving. You're in the middle, right? And the thing is, if you stay with the losers, if you have a friend group with the losers, they will pull you down. They will pull you down to them. But if you just keep improving yourself while you're alone, you will be in that alpha category, and then you can have the high quality friends that you've always wanted. But you have to be in that lonely chapter, bro. You have to be in that stage where you don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes to fit into a new group of friends. And you know, you're watching videos like this, you don't know if it's gonna work or not. You have all this doubt and all this insecurity that you're not gonna be successful. And it's just so hard. You don't know if it will work. Everyone is doubting that you will be successful, especially the losers. Your old friends are all telling you, you're not gonna make it, man. Those YouTube videos are not gonna do anything. And they make fun of you for it. They make fun of you for going to the gym, and they just wanna pull you back. So you have to be in that lonely chapter. So the message I wanna tell you right now, because you're probably in the same stage I'm in, and we're in this together, right? It's totally normal to feel lonely, and being an exception is totally normal, and it's supposed to happen. It means that you are making progress. It means that you are improving. You are becoming the best version of yourself. That's what being an exception means. being an exception is the price of being exceptional. Being lonely is what makes you successful. And I'm telling you, I promise, every single successful person, you know, Alex Hormozi, Hamza, Iman Gadzi, all of them have went through the exact same chapter that me and you are going through, where you can't relate to anyone. You feel like you're the odd one out. You feel like everyone's having fun, everyone's, you know, partying and all that, and you're just lonely, right? While they're playing video games, you're going to the gym. While they're watching porn, you're reading. Right? So it's basically, while you're here, you're friends with the losers. While you're here, you're friends with the alphas. But when you're here in like the 10% and like the winners phase, you can't be friends with anyone. This right here is like the lonely chapter. This is the lonely chapter. So the question here becomes, well, how do you become the alpha? How do you get into that 1%? And the answer is very simple. There are 3 things you can do to actually get real friends and actually get into that alpha category. All right, so the first thing that you can do to get actually real friends is to improve yourself. From the story that I said, right, when I just went into that lonely chapter and I just improved myself, I just focused on improving myself, I actually had good quality friends, right, who go to the gym, who eat clean, you know, who are not in like the winners category, but they're high quality, they're better probably than most guys. They go to the gym, they take care of their looks, you know, they're confident, you know, masculine guys, right, who are trying to improve themselves. So when you improve yourself, you attract people who improve themselves. You attract what you are. It's that simple. The more you improve yourself, the more you naturally attract high quality friends. All right? The more you improve yourself, the more you are naturally just attracting people who are improving themselves as well. And this goes for men and women. You are attracting women who are also on self-improvement. You are attracting women who are also high quality. So improve yourself. Improving yourself attracts people who improve themselves, right? So that's the first thing. Improve yourself. Now the second thing is social skills. You know, social skills are really, really simple. I know you get a bit frightened when you hear like social skills, but they are just really, really simple. Just buy this book, right? Or watch my full guide on social skills, on how to have got your social skills. It's completely for free actually, where I summarize this entire book, How to Influence and Influence People. Just pick a few principles from it and just practice them with everyone you see. It's literally that simple. You know, especially like the 6 principles on how to make people like you. You know, be genuinely interested in other people, smile, remember people's names, listen, talk in terms of the other person's interests, and make the other person feel important. Those 6 principles, just read them, you know, read them, understand them, or watch that part in my full guide if you don't have the book. And just practice these skills with everyone you meet in your day-to-day life. You know, in school, in the gym, even your family. Practice these social skills. And these will get you the high quality friends that you've always wanted. And the third thing that you can do, and it's not really something that you can do, it's just a thing, right? The third thing, and I'm gonna be honest, is time. Honestly, the brutal truth is it just takes time. You know, all you have to do to have real good quality friends, which is what happened for me. I went from having literally like loser friends to guys who go to the gym who are improving their looks and just improving themselves and their social skills. It just takes time. So improve yourself, yeah. practice social skills, practice your social skills, and just, it takes time, right? It takes time to get out of that lonely chapter. It takes time to, you know, out of that chapter where you don't fit in with your own friends, but you don't have the outcomes yet to fit into a new group of friends. Just takes time. And as always, bro, we're in this together, and we're gonna make it. Promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.